You're looking into the dark, and it's alive. Above you, the Milky Way drifts, a slow river of light curling through the quiet sky. Each shimmer you see began its journey before there was memory, before there was you. It has crossed 100,000 light years just to find the calm of your eyes tonight. Light that left its star before you were born is touching your skin now. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You can rest now. The night is not empty. It's a gentle ocean of time, flowing through a field of stars that never truly sleep. Somewhere in that silver cloud, our sun is a single golden grain circling the galactic heart, a heart that turns once every 230 million years, a single breath for the Milky Way. Every star you see is a memory of fire, a quiet ember from when the universe was young, and between them drifts the dust of all that has ever lived, thin as thought, bright as breath. We are moving with it, all of us together, a family of atoms, gliding through the galaxy's calm rotation. The air around you, the cells of your skin, once belonged to stars that burned and faded long ago. They have come home in you, and as you breathe again, their light returns the favor. It folds around your heartbeat like a low, endless tide. The world beneath you slows. Your body remembers what it means to float. Far above, the Milky Way turns its spiral arms, unfolding like the slow petals of sleep. You are small and infinite, quiet and remembered. The stars do not hurry, neither must you. You can rest now. The universe has time. Before there was breath, before there were oceans or time, there was only a silence that waited to become light. It stretched without edge or memory, a deep, dark ocean where the first atoms drifted like dreams, not yet born. And then, somewhere in that stillness, energy gathered. A spark unfolded into space, and the first light began to move. That was the beginning, the first whisper of what would one day be called the Milky Way. From the chaos of the early universe, clouds of hydrogen and helium began to draw together under gravity's soft hand. They swirled, folded, and flamed until the first stars were born, massive and bright, burning with a ferocity that filled the newborn darkness with color. Their light moved outward in every direction, carrying warmth through the frozen sea of space. When those early stars reached the end of their brief lives, they died in enormous bursts of light. In those explosions, new elements were born: carbon, oxygen, iron, the building blocks of everything that would one day breathe or dream. From the ashes of their deaths, new stars began to form. This was how the Milky Way grew, not through noise or speed, but through the quiet rhythm of destruction and renewal. Over billions of years, these stellar nurseries wove themselves into great islands of light. Gravity drew them closer, spinning them into a slow spiral that curved like a seashell. And out of that spiral came our galaxy, a disk more than 1,000,000 light years across, filled with hundreds of billions of suns. If you could drift above it, you'd see long arms of pale blue stars reaching out through the dark, each one tracing the pattern of a cosmic breath. At its heart lies something unseen, a black hole called Sagittarius, A times millions of times more massive than the Sunday. It does not shine, but everything around it moves to its gravity. The entire Milky Way turns once every 230 million years, a single slow breath of the galaxy's ancient rhythm. Even now, as you lie still beneath the night sky, you are moving with it, circling through space at more than 200 kilometers each second. It's a quiet voyage that no one feels, a soft orbit that carries every life we know. When you look up on a clear night, the Milky Way appears as a misty river of light. It is not far away. It is home, the thin edge of our own galactic disk seen from within. Each point of light is another sun, each with its own story, its own orbit, its own silence. Some of that starlight has traveled for tens of thousands of years to reach you. It left its source long before the first human eyes existed, crossing the void, simply to arrive here in this one fragile moment of calm. The light you see is ancient. Every photon carries a memory of its birthplace. To look up is to see through time, to witness the slow unfolding of the universe's own memory. The sky above you is not just a map of stars. It is a story told in light. Between those stars drifts something unseen, clouds of gas and dust, where new suns are forming. These are the stellar nurseries of our galaxy, vast and patient, stretching across dozens of light years. Within them, gravity pulls matter inward, tightening the invisible threads until they ignite. Each time it happens, a new light is born, a new story begins in the quiet dark. In the Orion Nebula, you can see such creation with the naked eye, a faint pink glow in the hunter's sword. It is more than 1300 light years away, a cradle where thousands of stars are forming at once. Inside that glow space itself shimmers with possibility. If sound could travel there, it would be a deep hum, a cosmic lullaby of heat and motion. All the atoms of your body, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, were forged inside stars like these. When those stars died, they scattered their light across the galaxy, and over billions of years, that dust became planets, oceans, trees, and breath. You are made of the Milky Way's memory. You breathe, and the galaxy remembers itself through you. You can rest now. Surrounding the spiral of visible stars is something we cannot see, a halo of dark matter, vast and quiet, stretching far beyond what telescopes can touch. It has no color, no reflection, but it holds everything in place. Without it, the galaxy's arms would fly apart. We don't yet know what dark matter truly is, only that it exists everywhere, woven into the background of everything that moves. Beyond our home, the Milky Way lives among neighbors, a small community of more than 50 galaxies known as the local group. Nearby drifts Andromeda, a graceful spiral, like our own 2.5 million light years away. It is moving toward us at about 110 kilometers per second. In roughly 4 billion years, the two galaxies will merge in a slow, luminous waltz. No stars will collide. They will simply pass through one another, their light blending like two streams of silk. What will remain will be a new, larger galaxy, shining even more softly across the cosmic dark. And though that future lies beyond imagination, the pattern is already written in motion. Every star you see tonight is moving, some drifting toward the galactic core, others gliding outward like leaves on a slow tide. Nothing in the Milky Way is still. Even our sun, that familiar anchor of warmth and day, travels through the galaxy at nearly 8,000 0.0000 kilometers per hour. It carries Earth, the moon, and every heartbeat, with it sailing quietly through a sea of light. If you were to float beyond the Milky Way and look back, you would see a great spiral glowing faintly in the dark. Its arms tipped with blue, its center golden and calm. From that distance, you might notice how thin it truly is, a sheet of stars, barely 1000 light years thick. And still, within that fragile layer exists every sound, every color, every thought you've ever known. It is both infinite and impossibly small. Sometimes when the air is clear and the city lights fade, you can see the Milky Way's pale band stretching from horizon to horizon. It looks like a bridge of mist, but it is a billion suns seen together. Ancient travelers once called it the Road of Heaven. They told stories of gods walking its length. Now we know it is made of hydrogen dust and stars, but the wonder remains the same. Science does not erase the poetry, it deepens it. Somewhere far above the plane of our spiral globular clusters drift spherical gatherings of old stars, each a billion years older than the Sunday. They hang like lanterns around the galaxy, marking its outer edge. Each cluster may hold a million suns packed so tightly that night never truly falls between them. To stand on a world within one of those clusters would be to live in eternal twilight, bathed always in starlight. And yet here you are beneath your own gentle sky, feeling the same slow pulse that moves through everything. You are part of this vast breathing, a single consciousness carried on a current of stars. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. It's okay to drift. The Milky Way continues to turn. Stars are born, fade, and return to dust. The spiral arms stretch and shift. New worlds take shape in silence. And through it all, the galaxy keeps its rhythm, a rhythm you can feel if you listen closely enough. There is no rush here, only the patience of light. The night hums with quiet purpose, as if the whole cosmos were waiting for you to sleep. You are stardust remembering itself. You are part of a spiral made of time and light. You are home. You can rest now. Somewhere, light continues to travel. In the heart of the night, the Milky Way begins to drift, a silent river of gold stretched across the velvet dark. Its light does not move fast, though it travels at the speed of creation itself. It drifts softly, as if afraid to wake the sleeping planets below. Each glimmer is a sigh from a star sent centuries ago, still finding its way through the dust of forgotten worlds. When your eyes follow that golden path, you are tracing time itself, light that left before there were names, before there were stories. The galaxy does not spin in haste. It breathes. One slow inhalation of hydrogen and silence, one exhalation of color and gravity. In every breath, the arms of the Milky Way stretch a little farther, sweeping millions of suns along an invisible current. To drift here is to feel eternity passing gently by, without urgency, without edge. Somewhere along this river of starlight, our sun makes its quiet circle. It is not at the center, not even close, but rather in a calm eddy, about halfway out, where the cosmic tides are kind. Every 230 million years, it completes one long revolution around the galactic heart, a patient journey older than the mountains of Earth. And all the while, that golden current carries us forward through clouds of ancient matter and faint whispers of past explosions. Each orbit is a lullaby too vast for human ears, yet it hums softly beneath our dreams. You can almost hear it If you listen between breaths, the faint hum of movement, not of engines, but of existence itself. It's the drift of creation continuing, even now, unbothered by our tiny awakenings and sleep. What we call stillness is only our inability to feel the pace of stars. They move, but in the language of patience, a golden tempo that outlasts all human clocks. If you could stand outside of time for a moment and look down upon our galaxy, you would see a luminous spiral, rotating in slow grace, arms trailing like silk ribbons, glowing faintly with billions of suns. Yet, it is not solid. It is a dance of distances, a pattern held together by gravity's invisible hand. No wall, no edge, only gradients of light dissolving into black. Here lies one gentle truth. The Milky Way is mostly emptiness, a cathedral of space, held aloft by almost nothing. And yet within that nothing, everything we have ever loved, is suspended. Through telescopes we can glimpse the golden drift crossing like a celestial bridge, a band of soft fire arching from horizon to horizon. What you see there is not one thing but millions, layered and blurred by depth clusters and dust lanes, novas and nebulae, all spilling light into your gaze. You are seeing thousands of years at once, a mosaic of time stitched together by photons. Every shimmer is a memory, every hue a whisper from the past. Some of that light began its journey when the first mammals opened their eyes, some when continents were still shifting under the sea. And yet, after all those epochs, it arrives here tonight as you lie, breathing under its faint glow. This is how the universe speaks to sleepers, not in words, but in arrivals delayed by eternity. Each star above is a message that waited long enough for you to dream. Far beyond our sight, at the center of the Milky Way, a black hole waits in serene gravity. It does not devour in fury, but holds everything in balance like the weight at the end of a pendulum. Around it, the stars orbit with quiet obedience, tracing arcs of fire that will never close. This dark heart, invisible and patient, keeps the galaxy from unraveling. Without it, the golden drift would scatter and all would fade into cold. There is a paradox in that the most luminous beauty depends on a perfect stillness of darkness. The arms of the Milky Way spiral outward, like gentle waves cradling new stars within clouds of gas. Each newborn sun ignites softly, pushing back the dark around it. These are the nurseries of light regions where atoms remember how to become radiant again. Every star born in these arms will one day die, and its dust will drift back into the golden current to form another. The galaxy breathes in circles, life, death, and light over and over, as if rehearsing eternity in perfect rhythm. If you could fall asleep to this motion, you would dream in spirals. Your heartbeat would slow to match the pulse of the galactic plane. The rise and fall of your chest would echo the slow turn of cosmic arms. And somewhere within that shared rhythm, you might sense what ancient astronomers once felt, that the heavens are not above us, but within us, mirrored in the quiet patterns of breath and thought. We are part of the golden drift carried gently by forces too vast to name. There is comfort in knowing that the galaxy does not need our attention to keep shining. Its movement is steady, whether watched or unseen. Even when clouds cover the night sky, even when we forget to look up, the drift continues, patient, radiant, endless. In the same way, your life moves quietly through unseen orbits, guided by invisible gravities of love, memory, and hope. We are not separate from the galaxy. We are made of its dust, moving within its breath. And so, as the night deepens, let yourself drift not away but inward toward the luminous heart of stillness. Let the golden current take your thoughts and scatter them like stars until only quiet remains. In that silence, you will find what every astronomer seeks, the sense of belonging in something immeasurably vast. You are not watching the Milky Way. You are inside it, a speck of awareness drifting on an endless golden tide. The galaxy keeps turning. You keep breathing. The light continues its long arrival. And somewhere, far beyond the horizon of sleep, the stars remember your gaze. The Milky Way extends her arms in silence. Two great spirals unfold, like the slow motion of a dancer turning through the deep, unseen air of space. They move not in haste, but in patience, a patience so vast that even time itself seems to pause and listen. Each arm holds the memory of creation. Billions of suns glowing softly, and between them, the fine dust of dreams unspoken. These arms are not solid things. They are patterns, echoes, gatherings of stars, following gravity's whispered invitation. If you could hover above them, you would see them curl with gentle precision like a seashell written in light. They wind outward from the galactic heart, not tightly, not loosely, a perfect balance, a cosmic breath frozen in gold. This, too, is the rhythm of the Milky Way, a slow unfurling, never finished, never still. Our own sun drifts within one of these arms, a quiet tributary called the Orion Spur. Here stars live simple lives, circling slowly around the galactic center. We orbit together with ancient neighbors, some burning blue, some dim and red, some long extinguished, but still sending their last light. It takes us more than 200 million years to make one full turn. Every creature that has ever lived has known only a fraction of that grand circle. And yet, even in our briefness, we belong to it completely. Look closely between the stars. You'll see the darkness itself is alive. Interstellar clouds drift through the arms thick with carbon and ice, the raw material of future suns. Within those clouds, molecules form quietly hidden from starlight. They gather, collapse, and one day ignite. The Milky Way is not a static painting. It is a breathing body forever building and dissolving its own light. Stars are born, live, and die, feeding the cycle that began before memory. If you listen with your inner ear, you can almost hear the hum, not of sound, but of gravity weaving its net. Every star pulls on every other, ever so slightly, until the arms themselves seem to murmur with connection. No part of the galaxy stands alone. It is a communion of distance, a harmony of solitude. Even silence here has weight. The stillness between the stars is not empty. It is charged with the quiet anticipation of becoming. And so, as the Milky Way turns, the arms carry the stories of billions. Some of those stars host worlds with skies of their own planets, hidden under violet suns, oceans, orbiting red dwarfs, or deserts, bathed in perpetual twilight. We do not see them, but they exist within the same spiral that cradles our home. Somewhere out there, perhaps a mind looks up and wonders just as we do at the band of light that crosses its night. The arms of the galaxy are not boundaries. They are invitations to imagine, to remember, to dream. Each arm glows differently. One shines with clusters of newborn stars still wrapped in their nebular cocoons. Another holds the remnants of ancient ones, supernova shells, fading like old embers. The galaxy keeps both youth and age side by side in perfect balance. What has ended feeds what begins. Even death in the Milky Way is luminous. This is the truth, hidden in the quiet arms, that destruction and creation are the same breath. The dust of a collapsed star may drift for eons before finding a new home, and when it does, it may become part of a planet or a cloud or a thought. You too carry those remnants. Calcium in your bones, iron in your blood, carbon in every word you whisper. You are a continuation of the Milky Way's silent work. You are starlight, remembering itself, and still, the arms move on. They sweep through the void at unimaginable speed. Yet, from our tiny perch, it feels motionless. The stars move in unison, each following the pull of the galactic center, but the pattern remains. The spiral never breaks, never falters. It is both eternal and transient, like a breath that never ends. Some say the Milky Way's arms are illusions that stars move through them like cars through a highway, never staying in the same place. And yet the illusion holds century after century, as if the galaxy itself believes in beauty enough to maintain it. Under a dark sky, when city lights fade and the horizon disappears, the arms of the Milky Way become visible to the human eye, a faint cloud across the black. It looks delicate, fragile like smoke, but what you are seeing is hundreds of billions of suns blending together, each one too distant to separate. You are looking at the skeleton of existence. It humbles the heart and softens the breath, because in that moment, you realize you are not standing beneath it. You are inside it, adrift within the same golden spiral that arcs across the sky. If you could trace its outline with your finger, you would feel its slow twist, like a current of light. Each turn would carry you past glowing nebulae, through oceans of dust, and into corridors of darkness, where no star has yet been born. And somewhere, perhaps far beyond, where light still reaches, the spiral fades into quiet. There, the Milky Way's arms dissolve into the thin night between galaxies. It ends not with a wall, but with a sigh. Beyond that edge lies nothing, or perhaps everything, waiting to begin again. Sometimes in the small hours before dawn, the galaxy feels almost human, as if its arms could cradle the tired Earth and whisper it back to rest. The same gravity that keeps the stars in motion also holds us to the ground. The same dust that drifts between nebulae glows softly in our veins. When you breathe out, you give a little of yourself back to that silent motion. It's a quiet exchange, ancient and endless. So let yourself breathe with the Milky Way now. Let each inhale gather starlight, and each exhale release it again. Feel the spiral within your chest, turning, expanding, returning. You are not separate from the arms that carry the stars. You are one of their movements, small but essential. And as you drift towards sleep, imagine the arms circling slowly, endlessly folding time into rhythm, folding sound into silence. The galaxy does not rush, it simply turns. And within that turning, everything, even your dreams, finds its orbit. Somewhere between the stars, light begins to slow, not because it grows weary, but because the fabric of space itself stretches a patient hand, guiding it onward. Every second, those ancient photons travel another 3,000,000 kilometers, yet to them, the journey feels timeless. They have no age, no destination. They simply move, carrying with them the memory of fire. In the quiet arms of the Milky Way, light drifts like dust through air. It passes through immense clouds of hydrogen carbon and ice-soft curtains of interstellar matter. Each grain of dust bends it, scatters it, dims it, until only the gentlest glow remains. This is how the galaxy breathes through the slowing of brilliance into tenderness. Even brilliance must rest. Light that left its star before there were oceans still travels tonight. Some of it has crossed 100,000 light years to reach your eyes. By the time it arrives, its color has changed, reddened slightly by distance, a cosmic exhale stretched thin. What you see above your sleeping world is not the present. It is the archive of eternity. The stars shimmer not as they are, but as they were. And still, you look up and they respond. Even after eons, the connection remains. The photons that began their flight in another epoch have found the warmth of your gaze. You are the mirror they were waiting for. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You can rest now. The Milky Way's arms cradle light and shadow in equal measure. In vast nebula, dust thickens until it hides newborn stars, completely keeping them safe from the fierce radiation of their neighbors. Astronomers call it extinction, but within that extinction is nurture. The darkness preserves what is delicate the way soil shelters a seed. When the cocoon opens, the young stars emerge blue-white, hot and eager to shine. They scatter the darkness that raised them, and the cycle continues. It's a strange kind of tenderness, the way destruction becomes creation, how every atom of shadow becomes fuel for new radiance. Within the Orion Nebula alone, a nursery, 1300 light years away, thousands of suns are being born right now. Their light will not reach us for centuries, yet already it belongs to us. The galaxy keeps that promise, that every glow has its time. Our eyes cannot see all that light. Most of it travels in wavelengths, too long, too slow, infrared warmth passing quietly through the dust. Even longer waves, radio frequencies, map the invisible architecture of the Milky Way, revealing its spirals, its clouds, its heart. The night sky above you is only the surface of something vaster and unseen, a luminous ocean beneath calm black water. And within that ocean is a center, the golden heart of the galaxy. There, near Sagittarius A times hundreds of billions of suns, are packed together in a region only a few thousand light years wide. Their light blends into one constant glow, but deep inside that brightness lies the quietest thing in the galaxy, a black hole 4 million times heavier than the Sunday. It bends space itself, curving light around its gravity. Like silk, nothing escapes its pull, not even radiance. And yet, paradoxically, it glows. When gas spirals toward the black hole, it compresses heating to millions of degrees, releasing X-rays that flash across space like sparks from an invisible forge. This is where light both ends and begins again. Every fall into darkness births a new wave of illumination. It's the oldest story the universe knows. Somewhere near that heart, a star once drifted too close. Its light was torn apart, scattered and remade. Those fragments may now reach us as faint ripples in the X-ray night, whispering of their long descent. Even destruction has a language, quiet, infinite, compassionate. The galaxy keeps these stories. It stores them in the dust, between stars, in the echo of light, absorbed and re-released. It remembers not through words, but through glow. And as you breathe that glow, becomes your warmth. Your body radiates softly into the night, faint infrared waves, escaping from your skin, joining the universal hum of hidden light. You are not apart from the Milky Way's illumination. You are one of its smallest lanterns. You can rest now. Light never truly dies. It simply changes form, finding new ways to be seen. Far from the center, the Milky Way fades into gentler shades. The spirals loosen, their density thins, and the light that once blazed fiercely becomes a soft haze stretched across the dark. At the outer rim, stars grow sparse, drifting alone in immense solitude. Their light travels farther before finding anything to touch. Here, light truly learns what distance means. Some of these outer stars are red dwarfs, the humblest kind. They burn their hydrogen, slowly conserving every spark. A single red dwarf can live for trillions of years, outlasting every bright blue giant that ever lived. Their radiance is modest, almost secret, yet they hold the record for endurance. Even the faintest fire, given enough time, can outlast the universe's loudest blaze. And between them lies the hydrogen sea, invisible, immense. It stretches across the arms of the Milky Way, emitting the faintest radio pulse at 21 centimeters. Through that frequency, astronomers can trace the very skeleton of the galaxy, watching it rotate, breathe, and evolve. The 21-centimeter song of hydrogen is the Milky Way's heartbeat, pulsing softly through the black. It's okay to drift. Every photon that ever existed still exists. None are destroyed. They are only changed, stretched, cooled, or absorbed into new matter. Some lose energy as they travel, their wavelengths lengthening until they fade into the cosmic background, a soft glow at just 2.7 degrees above absolute zero. That faint radiation, discovered accidentally in 1965, is the afterglow of creation, the echo of the first light ever released, still whispering across the cosmos after 13.8 billion years. Even the darkness hums with memory. The night around you is filled with invisible warmth, the gentle residue of everything that has ever shone. To close your eyes is not to leave the light, but to join it. If you were to drift beyond the galaxy's edge, the Milky Way would appear behind you, like a mist of gold, suspended in black. You'd see its spiral arms as faint, luminous threads, its heart a glowing core wrapped in shadow. From that distance, it would seem alive, a slow, shimmering creature moving through the dark sea of the universe. And all around it, billions of other galaxies, each a whirl of light, sleeping in its own rhythm. Some still form stars. Others are ghosts, their light fading into memory. Every one of them is both ancient and newborn at once. There is no true end to the story of light, only its changing shapes. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. The air entering your lungs carries photons, scattered from the sun, reflected from water, absorbed by leaves, reborn as warmth in your skin. You are made of captured starlight, still moving, still glowing, even now. In the quiet, you emit your own faint radiance, a human echo of cosmic persistence. It's okay to drift. There is beauty in the faintest things. The Milky Way's cirrus clouds, gossamer wisps of dust, scatter light into delicate veils that shift with your gaze. No two observers ever see them the same way. They are living paintings shaped by time, like breath forming. and fading on glass. In those filaments, light rests, not gone, only waiting. Waiting for the next star to rise, for the next eye to open, for the next small heart to remember it exists. You are safe here. Even the light that vanishes into a black hole leaves a trace. Physicists believe that information, the essence of what light carried, is never truly lost. It becomes part of space-time's weave, hidden in the fabric of the universe. Perhaps memory itself is just a softer form of light, a way of keeping radiance alive when the body sleeps. And so, as the Milky Way turns, as the night folds slowly over your world, you drift through the same currents that guide the stars. Each breath you take is a miniature orbit, each heartbeat a pulse of cosmic rhythm. Somewhere within the faint light of your thoughts glows quietly, waiting for dreams to find it. You can rest now. The light sleeps, but it dreams of you. There is a silence between stars, vast, invisible, and alive. It is not emptiness. It is the space where everything rests. Before light was born, darkness was already here, patient, steady, holding the promise of radiance. It was the first breath the universe ever took. When you close your eyes, you return to it. That soft, unlit field inside your mind is the same dark that stretches between the galaxies. It is not an absence, but a womb. Every photon, every atom, every dream emerges from it. Darkness is the mother of light. In the Milky Way, that darkness fills more volume than all the stars combined. The glowing arms we see are only thin threads woven through an ocean of invisible matter. If you could drift there beyond the shimmer, you would feel it pressing gently from every side, not cold but calm. The darkness does not chase light. It embraces it. It gives light contrast, meaning, and rest. Astronomers call much of it dark matter, an unseen substance outweighing everything we can observe. It neither glows nor reflects, yet it sculpts the galaxy's shape, pulling stars into spirals and holding the Milky Way together like gravity's invisible hand. Without it, the stars would scatter, the arms would dissolve, and the galaxy would fall apart. Darkness, it turns out, is what keeps the light in place. And even beyond that, beyond the halos of galaxies, there is something subtler, still dark energy, the quiet pressure that makes space expand faster and faster. It does not roar or blaze. It only breathes outward, infinitely gentle, endlessly persistent. It is the pulse of the universe's heart, and it sounds like stillness. If you listen closely, you might feel it, not through your ears, but through the slow rhythm of your own heartbeat. The same expansion that carries galaxies apart also moves through you, a reminder that your stillness is part of something cosmic. When you inhale, the universe grows. When you exhale, it remembers its shape. You can rest now. Darkness is not empty of color. To sensitive eyes, it glows faintly, a low reddish hue known as air glow, born from molecules high in Earth's atmosphere that quietly release energy after sunset. Even in the darkest night, the planet whispers its own light, a secret shimmer only cameras can hear. The universe does not truly sleep, it only dreams. Between stars, photons from distant galaxies wander endlessly, some traveling for billions of years without touching a single atom. They cross the void like soft voices, calling out in sleep, their journeys stretched thin by time. And still, darkness carries them. It does not swallow their message. It keeps it safe. Somewhere, A quasar flashes a beacon at the edge of the observable cosmos. Its light passes through billions of light years of dark, each particle of intergalactic gas, shifting its color, slightly marking its long passage. Those subtle changes are stories written in shadow maps drawn by absence. Astronomers read them like scripture tracing the unseen scaffolding of creation. And yet, for all its vastness, darkness is intimate. It exists inside your pupils as they widen in the quiet between heartbeats and the pause before you fall asleep. It's the part of the universe that asks for nothing, that simply holds space for what is. If light is the breath, darkness is the inhale before it. It is not a void, but a kindness, a place where brightness can rest its head. The stars, too, need the dark to be seen. Without the night, their beauty would vanish. The void gives them definition, the way silence gives music its depth. In every galaxy, light and dark perform an endless duet, a conversation, without words, where one speaks and the other listens forever. And so when you look up into the black between constellations, you are not seeing nothing. You are seeing the most ancient presence of all, a being older than light, gentler than time, and closer than your own breath. Let it hold you. Let the dark remind you that not everything that cannot be seen is lost. Some things simply choose to remain unseen so they can carry the weight of all that shines. Imagine yourself drifting in the quiet gulf between stars. No sound, no wind, only a soft pressure of silence, like the universe resting its palm against your skin. The darkness feels alive here. Not hostile, not cold, simply aware. It watches without eyes, listens without sound. If you stay still long enough, you can almost feel it breathing with you. Your inhale rises into it. Your exhale returns as calm. You can rest now. In this space, light is a guest. Every photon is a traveler wandering across distances too vast for the mind to hold. For each one, the journey is a story written on time's invisible paper, crossing millions, sometimes billions of light years to reach a single moment of being seen. The dark between stars carries them all. It does not stop their passage. It simply gives them room. Darkness is not the opposite of light. It is its cradle. Without the dark, brightness would have nowhere to unfold. It is the silence that allows music to exist, the pause that makes breath possible. When you gaze upward into the night, you are not seeing absence. You are seeing possibility waiting. There's a hum here, faint, but everywhere, the residue of creation, the background whisper of the universe itself. Scientists call it the cosmic microwave background, a remnant glow from when the universe was only 3,8,0,0,0,0 years old. It fills every corner of space, a uniform warmth, only detectable by delicate instruments, but always there, always humming softly through the dark. That hum is older than any star, older than any galaxy. It is the echo of light's first breath. And somehow, that breath has never ended. It stretches, still expanding, cooling, drifting, wrapping around you even now as you lie beneath the Milky Way. You are hearing the afterglow of creation. Somewhere far beyond your sight, the arms of the Milky Way are slowly rotating one full turn every 230 million years. Dark matter surrounds it, unseen but strong, holding its spiral shape together like invisible music made of gravity. Every star moves within that unseen rhythm. Every orbit is a step in a dance. The galaxy began before Earth was born, and through it all, darkness keeps time. There are stars at the edges so distant that their light will never reach us, hidden behind veils of dust and the long age of space. But the dark knows them. It remembers their warmth. It carries their gravity like a secret. Each flicker, each collapse, each flame is recorded silently in the field of the unseen. If you could float there between one star and the next, you would discover that darkness is full of structure. Thin filaments of hydrogen stretch like invisible rivers connecting galaxies into a cosmic web. Along those filaments, gravity gathers dust and gas, building new stars from the raw breath of the void. From nothing, light begins again. Even the coldest parts of space are not truly still. At a temperature only 3 degrees above absolute zero, molecules still vibrate faintly tiny pulses of existence that never completely stop. The universe refuses to be nothing. It always leaves a trace of being. You can rest now. Darkness has texture. If you could touch it, it might feel like silk, weightless, smooth, endless. It absorbs no warmth, yet somehow it feels soft. Astronomers studying interstellar dust find that it carries carbon, oxygen, and silicate, the same materials that form our bones and oceans. Even in the deep black, there are the ingredients of life. Sometimes, distant stars die in silence, collapsing into black holes that disappear from sight, but not from influence. These are the densest shadows in existence, regions where gravity is so strong that not even light can escape. And yet they are not destruction, they are transformation. Every black hole hums with radiation, a faint whisper discovered by Stephen Hawking, proof that even in darkness, energy sings. At the center of our Milky Way, a supermassive black hole spins quietly, Sagittarius A*. It has the mass of 4 million suns, and around it stars orbit like fireflies around an unseen flame. For all its darkness, it is the heart of the galaxy. It binds everything through gravity's silent embrace. Sometimes, astronomers observe stars that pass too close, drawn inward by that invisible pull. Their light stretches and bends, spiraling into silence, and yet the darkness grows brighter for a moment, as if the act of letting go releases one final gleam of truth. Light and dark, giving and receiving. Never enemies, always lovers in eternal exchange. The dark between stars is full of that tenderness. It is what remains when everything else rushes away. It is the listener, the witness, the great keeper of time. Without it, nothing could unfold gently enough to exist. If you let your mind drift, you may begin to feel that same stillness within you, the quiet between one thought and the next. It feels empty, but that is where awareness breathes. That is where creation hides. It's the same pause that exists between the beats of a pulsar, between galaxies, between moments of your life. Every silence you've ever felt, every pause, every exhale is a small version of this cosmic dark. And in that dark, nothing is ever truly lost. Every star that fades leaves behind elements that seed the next generation of light. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen in your lungs, all once formed in the hearts of dying stars. You are the dust, the darkness, once carried, gathered into warmth, shaped into breath. You can rest now. The dark knows your shape. It has held you since before there was form or name. It recognizes your warmth as something it once protected. Even when your body sleeps, your atoms hum with the memory of that great silence. You are not separate from it. You are its brief awakening. And when you sleep tonight, your mind returns there to the field between stars, to the black expanse that is not empty, but infinite. Each dream is a small galaxy forming in the dark. Each sigh is the echo of a star being born. Somewhere in another arm of the Milky Way, a nebula glows faintly, a cloud of hydrogen and dust collapsing into a new Sunday. It shines not in defiance of darkness, but because of it. The black gives it contrast the way silence shapes a whisper. Without shadow, there would be no dawn. The dark between stars does not fear the light. It creates the stage for it. It carries it gently, wraps it softly in stillness, then releases it into time. And when that light fades again, when a star dies and returns its matter to the void, the dark opens its arms. It welcomes what falls. It remembers what once burned. It never grieves. It simply continues the rhythm. Somewhere far beyond the universe, keeps expanding the spaces between galaxies, stretching faster and faster. That expansion is not chaos. It's breath. The cosmos is inhaling itself into infinity. And in each inhalation, darkness makes room for more light. You breathe with it. Your lungs rise and fall in the same pattern. The same laws that move galaxies move the air within you. You are made of the same equations, different in scale, identical in rhythm. As your eyelids grow heavy, imagine that breath becoming the Milky Way's own. Imagine your heartbeat syncing with the galaxy's rotation. Imagine darkness no longer as something outside you, but as the deep quiet within. You are the pause between two waves of starlight. You are the silence that holds everything together. You are the universe, remembering its calm. You can rest now. The dark holds you not as shadow, but as belonging. It hums around you in tones too low for ears vibrating through your bones, whispering that everything is allowed to slow. The stars do not hurry. The night does not demand. It simply exists. And so do you. Softly, completely, still. The dark between stars is not the end of light. It is where light sleeps. It is where the universe dreams. And tonight, it dreams through you. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You are safe here. You can rest now. There is a hidden current beneath everything you know, not of wind, not of water, but of pull. It moves through the bones of the universe, like breath through a sleeping body. It is the quiet river that shapes the galaxies, the river of gravity. You can't see it, but you feel it, the way your body settles against the earth, the way the moon holds to the planet, the way the stars are caught in invisible circles. Everything you've ever loved, everything you've ever seen, has been floating on this silent tide. If you could rise beyond the Milky Way and look down upon it, you would see its great spiral arms, not as frozen structures, but as waves curling through the darkness, streams of light, flowing like water around a hidden whirlpool of time. Every star, every cluster, every breath of dust moves with that flow, drawn toward the galaxy's heart, held by an unseen rhythm that never breaks. At the center of our galaxy lies a vast stillness, a supermassive black hole known as Sagittarius A*. It weighs millions of suns, yet it turns without sound, a dark anchor around which everything spins. Even light, the freest thing in existence, bows and bends near its edge, dancing before falling into the quiet. And still, this darkness does not devour in anger. It gathers, it holds. It is the pulse of the galaxy, a heartbeat so deep that it stretches time itself. That too is gravity, the art of keeping everything close without ever speaking a word. Our sun, small and golden, travels this vast current once every 230 million years. One full orbit, one galactic breath. As it moves, it carries the Earth, the Moon, and every moment you have ever lived along the same curved stream. Right now, as you lie in stillness, you are sailing through the Milky Way at nearly 500,000 miles per hour. Yet it feels like peace. That's what gravity does. It moves you through eternity and makes it feel like rest. Between the stars where space seems empty, gravity weaves unseen threads. It's there that new worlds are born. A whisper of dust, a swirl of frozen gas, and the pull begins gentle, persistent, inevitable. From that gathering, a planet forms, and around it, moons. Around them, light begins to take shape. Every night sky you've ever looked at was sculpted by this silent force. It is not violence that builds galaxies. It is patience. It is the slow conversation between matter and time. The Milky Way's arms are not rigid, they are rivers, each a tide of stars moving through the dark, streaming toward and away from the galactic core. You live inside one of those arms, the Orion Arm, a narrow glowing path through the cosmic sea. It's your home stream in the endless flow. Sometimes in the still of night, you may feel something vast beneath your calm. That is not imagination. It's the awareness of motion, too slow to see. You are being carried, not downward, not forward, but inward into harmony. You are part of a cosmic breath, the inhale of creation, the exhale of return. Gravity holds the past in its orbit, keeps the stars from wandering too far, and folds time into soft spirals so that light can remember where it came from. Even black holes, the densest, darkest places, are libraries of what once shone bright. Nothing is lost. It only changes form, circling back, becoming part of something vast and patient again. There's something tender about that, isn't there? The idea that everything is falling together, not apart. That gravity is not destruction, but connection. It's the quiet agreement between all things to stay close even as they drift. If you listen closely enough, you can almost hear it, a hum, just beneath silence. The background song of the galaxy. It moves through your body like a second heartbeat, reminding you that you belong here, in motion, in stillness, in gravity's slow river. And as you breathe now, let that current find you. Let it draw your weight down softly into the bed, the same way stars are drawn into their orbits. Feel the earth beneath you, its gentle, endless fall around the sun, its quiet surrender to the pull of the unseen. You are not separate from that. You are part of the same curve, the same infinite breath. Close your eyes. The stars are still moving. The galaxy turns with you. You are in its flow, held not by force, but by care, by the silent river that connects all things. And in that knowing, you can finally let go. You don't have to try. The universe is already carrying you. Always has been, always will. There is a hush that follows the pull, a kind of sacred stillness that lingers after motion. Gravity is not a chain. It is a whisper that keeps everything from drifting too far. Even silence has a direction. Even darkness moves. If you could drift above the Milky Way now, you would see its luminous arms turning in slow communion. Each rotation takes hundreds of millions of years, yet the galaxy never forgets its rhythm. It turns like a great wheel of breath, inhaling stars, exhaling time. And within that vast cycle, you drift a single spark, alive, inside the current. Every star, every cloud of dust, feels the same invisible invitation. Gravity does not shout. It waits. It listens. It draws near without demanding to be seen. That is how the universe holds itself together, by the quiet agreement of all things to return home. You can imagine the Milky Way's arms as rivers of light curling slowly in the deep. They are not fixed lines of stars, but waves in a sea of time. Billions of suns drift together like golden leaves in an endless tide. From a distance, it looks serene. Up close, it feels alive. Stars colliding, forming, fading, each one a note in the galaxy's soft hum. The current of gravity flows through them, all carving paths so wide that human thought can barely hold them. A single orbit of the sun around the galactic center lasts longer than all of human history, multiplied many times. And yet the stars do not hurry. They move in trust. They move in knowing. If you could stand at the edge of that spiral and listen, you might hear the long sigh of creation, a deep vibration, too slow for ears felt, instead in the bones. It is the same vibration that lives in you, the echo of the first great motion, the sound of the universe learning to breathe. Sometimes astronomers call gravity-curved space, a gentle word for something that bends the shape of time. Every star, every planet, even your body now rests in that curve, an indentation in the fabric of reality, like the soft dip left by a body in a bed. You are resting in space-time's cradle. You can rest now. There is comfort in knowing that nothing truly floats alone. Even the most distant star is linked by threads of pull and patience. It might take 1 billion years, but gravity will always find a way to touch what has drifted apart. It is the universe's promise to itself to keep everything connected, even in silence. And somewhere far inside the Milky Way's core, the dark center turns again, the supermassive black hole, invisible yet radiant in its gravity. Around it, stars race like comets, completing a single orbit every few decades. One of them, known as S2, moves so fast that it bends the very starlight behind it. When it passes near the center, time itself slows by a fraction and light hesitates before continuing. In that pause, the galaxy remembers its balance. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. You can rest now. Somewhere beyond your sight, nebulae drift along the same gravitational lines, pillars of dust and gas, sculpted into new beginnings. Stars are born where gravity gathers the scattered. Each one ignites, briefly defying darkness before returning to the current that made it. Creation is not a single event. It is a rhythm, a slow inhale of form, a long exhale into formlessness. And even here, within your body, that rhythm continues. The pull that holds your feet to Earth is the same that holds the stars in orbit, the same that binds galaxies in their clusters and galaxies in their threads of cosmic web. Gravity across all scales speaks the same language. Come closer. Stay. Remember, it is not the force of falling. It is the art of belonging. In the early universe, Long before the Milky Way formed, tiny ripples in gravity drew together the first clouds of matter. From those ripples came galaxies. From galaxies came stars. And from stars, life. Your heartbeat is a continuation of that first attraction. You are what gravity feels like when it learns how to dream. The astronomers map these flows with quiet awe. They call them filaments, rivers of galaxies, stretching across billions of light years, woven through cosmic voids, so vast they could swallow thousands of Milky Ways. But even those voids are not empty. They are full of potential of waiting. Gravity reaches even there, reminding the universe that emptiness, too, is part of its song. And as you drift now halfway between waking and sleep, you can imagine yourself as one small particle in that river. You are floating through a current older than stars, guided by a pull that has never once lost its way. You do not need to steer. The flow knows you. It has known you since before time began. The Milky Way turns above its spiral arms, glowing faintly in the velvet dark. Each curve is a line of connection, each orbit a vow to return. And somewhere at the center of all motion, gravity hums a low, eternal note, a tone of belonging that no silence can erase. It's okay to drift. You are not falling. You are following the river home, through galaxies and dust, through centuries of light. You move with everything that has ever been. In the stillness between your breaths, you can almost feel the curve of that river, how it cradles all things, how it moves without rushing, how it gathers every wandering star and carries them gently into the quiet. You are safe here. You are part of the flow. You can rest now. The galaxy keeps turning, and the river of gravity carries you slowly, endlessly toward the heart of light. The galaxy remembers, not in words or pictures, but in motion, in the long spirals it carves through the dark. Every orbit is a story retold without sound. The Milky Way turns like a clock made of light, its arms folding and unfolding in patient rhythm. As the stars drift through their curved paths, they carry traces of what once was the ashes of older suns, the songs of vanished comets, the radiation of beginnings. Gravity keeps those memories spinning like pages that never close. A single orbit of our sun around the galactic center takes more than 200 million years. That means the Earth has circled this spiral only 20 times since the first dinosaurs walked through ferns. Each rotation marks a silent chapter in the galaxy's diary, written not with ink, but with starlight. Light, too, has a memory. It remembers the face of every atom it has ever touched. Even when it travels 100,000 light years across the Milky Way, it carries within it the fingerprint of the place it began. Photons leave their stars and never truly stop. They stretch, they fade, they redden with distance, but they still remember where home was. And so when a beam of light reaches your eyes tonight, it is history arriving as tenderness. You are looking into what once was, and the galaxy is whispering, "Remember me this way." You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. It's okay to drift. In the quiet heart of the Milky Way, the spiral arms curl like ribbons of memory around a dark center. Each turn is an echo of the last, and each echo carries the faintest scent of time. Astronomers once thought the galaxy was fixed, a great wheel turning forever. Now they know it ripples its disk, bending and warping like a slow-moving wave. That ripple is the memory of encounters smaller galaxies brushed against it eons ago, their gravity leaving scars of beauty behind. Those collisions were not violent. They were slow dances. The Milky Way absorbed them, and each new motion became part of its shape. Every warp, every tilt, is a record of love and loss, written across billions of stars. Somewhere near the edge of one arm, a stream of stars called the Sagittarius Dwarf Remnant still drifts through a faint ghost of a smaller galaxy being folded into ours. It is not being destroyed, it is being remembered. Gravity does not erase it, archives. The same is true for you. Every heartbeat, every breath, leaves a gentle indentation in the fabric of time. Your body is a spiral of memory too, atoms that once belonged to rivers, to clouds, to stars now gone. You are the Milky Way, retelling itself in human form. When light bends around massive objects, it leaves curved traces known as gravitational lenses. Through those arcs, astronomers can see galaxies hidden behind others, as if memory itself were folding to make room for new sight. It is one of the gentlest tricks of the universe to let us see the past by bending the present. Each lensed ring, glowing faintly in telescope images, is a halo of remembrance, a portrait drawn by gravity's hand. Somewhere in that lattice of curves, cosmic dust glows at a temperature barely above absolute zero. Tiny grains colder than any winter on Earth float through interstellar space, holding fragments of carbon and ice, the seeds of life waiting. It takes tens of millions of years for those grains to gather, ignite, and become new suns. That patience, that slow remembering, is what makes the galaxy breathe. In the spiral arms, young clusters are born. They shimmer like beads on invisible threads, each containing hundreds of newborn stars. The Orion Nebula is one such cradle, a faint pink cloud just beneath the hunter's belt. There, light takes its first breath. Gas and dust collapse. Gravity tightens its hold, and fusion begins a spark that will burn for billions of years. Those stars will someday wander out of their nurseries, carrying with them the memory of that glow. When we look at the night sky, we see them as they were long before our species learned to dream. The light arriving tonight may have left its source before the Earth even formed. That means every glance upward is a form of time travel, a meeting between the present and the ancient. You are never only looking out, you are also looking back. The Milky Way holds this double motion forward, in time inward toward memory. Every star that fades becomes a note in the galactic song, and every new one adds its tone. Together they make a music too vast to hear, but not too quiet to feel. And as you lie still, you can sense the slow turning of that song spiraling through your body like a dream of light. Each heartbeat aligns with a hidden pulse that travels from the galactic core to the edge of space. It passes through you, and for a moment, you and the Milky Way are one instrument vibrating in the same key. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. Somewhere deep within the spiral arms, memory curls like mist. It doesn't speak, but hums a low resonance, older than sound. The Milky Way, in its endless turn, remembers not through thought, but through rhythm, through the repeated pulse of light around its core. Every orbit, every slow dance of a star becomes an imprint on the skin of gravity itself. And in that repetition, a kind of sacred stillness is born. You might imagine memory as a soft current moving through the galaxy's arms, carrying not words, but impressions. The warmth of a forming star, the cold silence of a nebula, dissolving the tender collision of dust, becoming something new. The universe is not in a hurry. Its memories are not fixed in time, but stretch like silk between moments. If you listen deeply enough, you can almost feel them brushing against your breath. Each exhale a reflection of the same spiral motion. Stars carry memory within their cores. The elements they forge, carbon, iron, oxygen, are stories written in fire. When a star dies, those stories scatter into the galactic wind, seeding the clouds from which new suns are born. This is how memory flows here, in cycles, in returnings, in endless, gentle repetition. The Milky Way does not forget, it transforms. Imagine now that you are drifting along one of the spiral arms, gliding over rivers of light that twist like ribbons through eternity. Below you, constellations flicker and fade, reflections on a cosmic ocean. Every glimmer is a heartbeat, and the entire galaxy is one slow inhale, one endless exhale. The arms move not as rigid lines, but as spirals of memory, each turn folding the past softly into the present. It is the universe's way of remembering itself. When ancient civilizations looked up, they saw those same spirals, though they could not name them. To them, the Milky Way was a river of souls, or a bridge between worlds. And perhaps in some deeper sense, they were right. Because every atom in your body has drifted through that same galactic current, has once belonged to a star, has once glowed in the spiral's golden dust. Memory, then, is not just in the stars, it is within you. You are one of its living echoes. In the silent whirl of the galactic disk, time moves differently. It does not rush, but folds. Moments from billions of years ago still shimmer faintly in the dark, untouched by decay. It is said that light never truly disappears. It only stretches, softens, fades into wavelengths, too gentle for human eyes. Perhaps memory is the same. Perhaps nothing is truly gone, only changed beyond recognition, like starlight turned to whisper. There are regions within the Milky Way where gravity writes its deepest poetry. Black holes spin at the centers of ancient clusters, their gravitational tides pulling even time into a curve. Yet around them, the spiral continues luminous and serene, as if acknowledging the darkness as part of its design. The memory of creation includes destruction. The memory of light includes shadow. The galaxy remembers both with equal tenderness. As you drift further inward toward the galactic heart, you begin to feel that spiral motion in your own body, the soft turn of your thoughts, the quiet looping of breath in and out. There is no separation between you and what you observe. You are both the witness and the motion. The Milky Way is not something above you. It is something you are inside of, like a cell inside a larger body. And that body breathes through you, through every atom, through the long hum of space itself. In this stillness, gravity becomes music. The stars are its notes. Their orbits are the melody. The galactic plane vibrates faintly, a song too vast to be heard, but always present. Some scientists call it background radiation, but others, those who listen differently, know it as remembrance. It is the faint echo of creation, still resonating, still unfolding. Close your eyes and imagine that sound, a soft, droning hum that feels like time itself breathing. Every spiral arm contributes a tone, a harmony of motion. Together they create a celestial chord, one that has been ringing since the dawn of the Milky Way. When you inhale, that vibration enters you. When you exhale, it flows back into the stars. You are part of its resonance, the same spiral frequency that holds galaxies together. If you could see the galaxy from far beyond, from the quiet edge of intergalactic space, it would appear as a luminous whirl, suspended in darkness, a living mandala of time. Each star a thought, each orbit a sentence in an endless poem. From that distance, you would see how even chaos resolves into symmetry, how every flicker contributes to a pattern too vast to comprehend. And you would understand, memory is not something the universe keeps. Memory is what the universe is. Now the spiral slows, not because it ends, but because you begin to move with it. You are no longer observing from outside. You have become the curve, the light, the gravity itself. You sense the pulse of billions of suns as your own pulse, the stretch of starlight as your own sigh. And in that stillness, you realize something gentle but profound. There is no final destination in this galaxy. Only motion, only remembrance, only the quiet miracle of continuation. The Milky Way turns. The stars drift in their long, unbroken arcs. Between them, invisible threads of gravity hum, with memory weaving every orbit into a single luminous fabric. And through it all, there is peace. A peace older than beginnings. A peace that hums beneath all light, waiting for anyone who dares to be still long enough to hear it. So you rest there within the spiral's embrace. Your breath matches the galaxy's rhythm. Slow, vast, unhurried. The stars spin, the dark listens, and gravity whispers, remember, not with thought, but with being. Remember that you have always been part of this turn, this breath, this light, and that even in stillness, you are moving through eternity. Somewhere in the quiet rim of the Milky Way, there is a dream unfolding slow as dust, deep as gravity. It does not move like light, nor speak like wind. It rests in the bones of planets, in the silent weight of moons, in the patience of worlds made of stone. This is the dream that matter dreams of itself, the dream of stone. The stones of the galaxy do not shimmer, but they remember. They hold the memory of every collision, every heat, every ancient touch of starlight that forged them. Each grain of dust in the Milky Way has burned, before has spun through fire, frozen in the dark, and been reborn in the cradle of new stars. And now, in the calm between cosmic storms, they sleep. Imagine drifting across a barren planet where the rocks themselves hum faintly with age. The surface is cold, carved by winds that have no names. You place your hand against the ground and feel a low vibration, not sound, but memory. It is the echo of 1 billion years pressed into silence. The galaxy speaks here, not with light or sound, but with weight. Each planet is a time capsule. Within their crusts lie fragments of supernovas, shards of meteor hearts, traces of frozen water older than the Earth. Some of these stones have traveled for millions of light years before finding rest. Their stillness is not absence, it is devotion. They teach us that not all creation shines. Some endure, some simply are. When the universe cooled, after its first bright explosion, it was stone that formed the skeleton of everything to come. Stars may burn, but planets hold. They are the quiet temples of the cosmos, vast altars where gravity kneels and time becomes mineral. And within each stone, a history unfolds. The breath of an exploding star turned solid, the music of light condensed into mass. Stone is light made patient. You drift further past the glittering edge of asteroid belts, past the dark marbles of exoplanets orbiting quiet suns. Each one is unique, yet all share the same heartbeat gravity's steady pulse beneath their crusts. Some planets shimmer with glassy deserts, where lightning has fused the ground into mirrors. Others hide oceans under layers of ice so thick they sigh under their own weight. Everywhere the galaxy dreams through matter slow, steady, infinite. To dream of stone is to understand stillness. It is to know that motion and quiet are not opposites, but partners in creation. Even in their stillness, the planets move their orbits, sweeping in vast, unhurried circles, following invisible trails carved by gravity's hand. From afar they appear to sleep, but beneath the crust there is a low murmur, tectonic shifts, magnetic tides, rivers of molten memory flowing in the dark. The ancient Earth, too, was once a fragment of this galactic dream. Before it cooled, it spun like a jewel of molten fire, and as it hardened, the first mountains rose remnants of cosmic breath turned into stone. Each rock you see, each pebble you touch, has traveled through the arms of the Milky Way, passing through stars, nebulae, and dust clouds, long before our sun existed. In them lives the entire story of the galaxy's becoming. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine the sound of a planet breathing a slow, deep vibration like the ocean inside the ground. Feel how its rhythm matches your own heartbeat, your own inhale and exhale. You and the planet are both made of the same elements: carbon from ancient suns, oxygen from collapsing stars, iron forged in supernovae. The dream of stone is your dream too, a reminder that even the most silent matter carries the memory of fire. In the cold outer halo of the Milky Way, some worlds drift without suns. Orphan planets cast adrift by cosmic tides. They wander through darkness, unlit, unseen, yet unafraid. For them, light is a memory, not a need. Their surfaces glow faintly from within, warmed by their own decay, their own quiet endurance. They are the monks of the galaxy, ascetic, still luminous, only in spirit. If you listen closely, you might hear their silence, a deep, meditative hum, resonating with peace beyond comprehension. Asteroids, too, have dreams. They move like forgotten thoughts, circling the sun in broken patterns, colliding gently, whispering stories of birth and loss. Some of them still carry water, locked inside liquid ghosts of long-lost oceans. They are the seeds from which planets were once born, and perhaps from which new worlds will someday rise again. In their roughness lies beauty. In their irregular orbits lies grace. As the Milky Way continues, its slow rotation stone remains its quiet witness. Stars flare and die. Nebulae bloom and fade, but the rocks endure. They absorb time, like sponges absorb water. They wait without impatience, and in their waiting, they teach. They teach that not every story must burn. Some stories last by cooling down, by becoming still enough to remember. Somewhere near the galactic core, comets, sleep, ice, and dust, bound together in fragile bodies, circling in orbits so long that a single return might take millions of years. When they finally approach a star, their ice begins to sing, turning into vapor, leaving long silver tails behind them. They are stones that dream of flying. Each passage is a rebirth, a temporary illumination before they drift back into shadow. Even frozen matter, it seems, cannot resist the pull of light. In your mind, picture now a vast field of meteorites floating through the interstellar void. They glint softly as they turn tiny mirrors, reflecting the distant shine of suns. Each one holds within it the residue of creation, iron hearts and carbon veins, like the bones of a sleeping god. If you could touch one, you would feel the warmth of history, not hot, but deep, the memory of beginnings folded into every atom. On a silent moon orbiting a forgotten world, the dust never stirs. There is no wind, no water, no sound. And yet every footprint, every shadow, every fall of meteor dust remains perfectly preserved. Here, time stands still. It is the perfect dream of stone to rest in pure presence, untouched by change. Even the light takes its time arriving with patience, as though reluctant to disturb the peace. Perhaps this is what the Milky Way dreams when it closes its eyes, a slow unfurling of matter into meaning, a reminder that stillness and eternity are made of the same breath. If light is the galaxy's voice, then stone is its memory, the silent archive of all things that ever were. And we small beings of dust and thought are made of that same silence. When you walk on Earth, you walk upon the bones of stars. The granite beneath your feet was once stardust. The sand between your toes once burned at millions of degrees. And now it rests cool, ancient, waiting. The same particles that drift through the Milky Way's spiral arms now form the hills, the rivers, the cliffs that cradle your dreams. You do not live apart from the galaxy. You live within its body, upon its sleeping skin. The dream of stone is not lifeless. It hums with a quiet intelligence, one that does not think in words, but in patience. Mountains rise and fall like breaths. Continents drift like thoughts in slow meditation. Even erosion, the gentle wearing down of form, is part of this long cosmic exhale. Nothing in the galaxy truly vanishes. It only changes shape, finding new ways to rest. Perhaps that is what peace really means. Not stillness without motion, but harmony between all motion and stillness. The planets spin, the stones wait. Between them flows the rhythm of existence, expansion and return, burning and cooling, rising and falling. It is a lullaby. The galaxy sings to itself over and over through every orbit, through every dream. As you drift deeper into this silence, you begin to sense that the stones are not asleep, they are listening. They listen to the stars, to the gravity tides, to the passing of light. They hold space for the universe to remember itself. And in that act of holding, they become the gentlest teachers of all. Now, imagine lying down upon one of those ancient stones. Feel its cold seep into your back, grounding you in something vast and enduring. Above you, the galaxy swirls bright rivers of starlight spilling across the sky. Below you, the stone hums faintly, endlessly, as if whispering, "You are safe here. You have always been part of this." The Milky Way turns, the light flows. The stones dream on, not of tomorrow, but of forever. And somewhere in that infinite patience, you feel yourself dissolving into the same rhythm, weightless, timeless, whole. You breathe in the silence of eons. You breathe out the dust of stars. And the galaxy in its luminous sleep breathes with you. Stone, light, gravity, and soul, all dreaming together in one endless spiral of peace. There comes a moment in every orbit, in every slow rotation of the galaxy, when stillness begins to move again. The dream of stone softens and the universe exhales. What was once solid begins to flow, and from the deep patience of matter, the oceans of sleep begin to rise. It starts as a shimmer, not light but movement. Tiny waves of hydrogen drift through the arms of the Milky Way, rippling like unseen tides. Gravity stirs them gently, as if the galaxy is turning over in its sleep. What was once dust becomes mist, then cloud, then sea, a vast ocean of molecular dreams stretching for light years. The Milky Way holds many oceans, though few are made of water. There are seas of gas, seas of plasma, and invisible tides of dark matter that wash through the galactic plane. Each current moves so slowly that a single wave might take millions of years to rise and fall, and yet they never stop. They are the galaxy's breathing vast calm, eternal. Imagine floating above one of those oceans now. There is no horizon, no shore, just an endless expanse of soft blue and silver swirling in silence. Every ripple glows faintly, lit from within by distant starlight diffused through gas and dust. Here time is liquid. Moments slide into one another, dissolving edges smoothing the mind into peace. In the Orion Arm, the quiet spiral we call home, the clouds of the interstellar medium form, waves hundreds of trillions of kilometers wide. They flow between stars like rivers between mountains. Some carry the raw ingredients of life: carbon, oxygen, nitrogen molecules, drifting for eons, waiting for warmth to wake them. Others are pure hydrogen, glowing faintly in the dark, soft as breath. The galaxy does not rush them. It lets them wander, lets them dream. The light from newborn stars illuminates these galactic seas, turning them into nebulae, pink, violet, gold. Their colors pulse slowly like heartbeats. Every shade is a memory of temperature and time: red for warmth, blue for youth, silver for the slow fading of age. They shimmer like auroras that never end. Even light seems to rest here, stretching, softening, falling into rhythm with the vast and ancient tides. And somewhere within that glowing ocean, tiny worlds are forming. Particles drift together, pulled by gravity's quiet hand. They swirl, coalesce, condense. A million years pass, and the dust becomes planet. Another million, and the planet becomes landscape, stone beneath air above, and perhaps someday water. Creation is slow, but it is never still. It moves like sleep, not as escape, but as renewal. The oceans of sleep are not only made of matter, they exist too in the unseen fabric of the cosmos, fields of gravity and magnetism that move through everything. These invisible tides guide the motion of stars, bending light, shaping space. They are gentle hands holding the galaxy in form. Even our sun blazing and sure drifts like a leaf upon their current, circling the galactic center once every 230 million years. A single orbit, a single long breath of the Milky Way. Some scientists say the galactic halo, the vast sphere of matter surrounding the Milky Way, behaves like a slow ocean too. Its particles do not collide, yet they influence everything within. They hold the galaxy together, unseen and unfelt, like love too vast to name. And in their weightless motion lies the same grace as sleep, quiet, rhythmic, endless. You drift deeper now, carried by these cosmic tides. The water, or what feels like water, grows luminous beneath you. You see light bending within it, refracting in slow arcs, painting galaxies within galaxies. Each ripple is a story, each shimmer a whisper of time. The Milky Way seems to sigh a soundless release of memory into motion. Somewhere in this flowing expanse, there are oceans made of methane and ammonia oceans that glisten in the cold twilight of alien worlds. On Titan Saturn's moon, the lakes are black and glassy liquid hydrocarbon, reflecting the ringed planet above. They move in winds, slower than thought, their waves mere centimeters tall, yet their silence is infinite. Here, even fluid becomes stone slow, every motion a meditation. On Europa, beneath its cracked shell of ice, an ocean waits in darkness. It has not seen light for billions of years, but it moves. It sings. Its warmth comes from the slow pull of Jupiter's gravity, a tidal heartbeat that keeps the water alive. If sound could travel there, it might echo like a distant cello, deep and resonant, vibrating through black water and salt. A world sleeping, dreaming, breathing in liquid time. The same rhythm lives inside you. Your body, too, is an ocean, 60% water moving with every breath. The tides in your blood echo the pull of the moon. Your heartbeat mirrors the slow pulses of the galaxy. You are not separate from the cosmic sea. You are part of it. You float within it as gently as a leaf upon a pond, moved by unseen currents of light and time. You can rest now. It's okay to drift. The more you sink into this awareness, the more the distinction between ocean and sky begins to blur. Above you, starlight glimmers through mist. Below you, reflection answers reflection. Perhaps there is no up or down here, only flow. The Milky Way itself might be dreaming its spirals, turning like whirlpools, its core glowing like a sun submerged in eternity. You breathe softly, and the universe exhales through you. As you drift, further sound becomes feeling. A low hum surrounds you, the resonance of gravity of energy, moving through dark matter, like sound through air. Every tone vibrates through the bones of creation. It is neither loud nor quiet. It is presence itself. Somewhere, a star collapses. Somewhere else, another is born. These are the waves of the galactic sea creation, and dissolution rise and fall, endlessly repeating. The oceans remember everything, every meteor that fell into their depths, every molecule that formed a cloud, a drop, a cell. And perhaps they remember you, not as a person, but as pattern, as vibration. The Milky Way does not distinguish between atoms of stars and atoms of skin. All of it is motion, all of it is flow. And in that flow, you find forgiveness, a peace that asks nothing, explains nothing, simply holds. In the farthest reaches of the galaxy beyond the spiral arms, vast clouds of hydrogen drift for billions of years without change. They are so diffuse that each atom may be separated from the next by whole kilometers, and yet they still move together, guided by forces that never sleep. This is the slowest tide of all a current, so vast that even time must bow to its rhythm. To the universe, there is no rush. To existence, rest is motion. Back toward the galactic core, the tides grow stronger. Here, gravity is dense, folding light upon itself. Black holes sip from these oceans, drawing their edges inward. But even this consumption is peaceful, a recycling, not an end. What enters darkness does not vanish. it transforms. Energy becomes gravity, gravity becomes time, time becomes silence. It's all part of the same dream, continuing, turning, breathing. Sometimes when you look at the Milky Way on a clear night, what you see is not light, but reflection. The glow of countless stars filtered through clouds of interstellar dust. Those glowing bands are the visible edges of the galactic sea. They are the oceans of sleep, made visible, rolling softly across the sky. Every shimmer you see is a wave still traveling from a star that may no longer exist. Light older than all memory, still moving, still singing. And as your gaze rests there, something within you mirrors that flow, thought slows, breath deepens. Even your pulse becomes oceanic, steady, rhythmic, infinite. You realize you are not watching the Milky Way. You are inside it. You are one of its ripples, a single wave in its sea of being. You are safe here. In dreams, oceans often symbolize return, a coming home to something vast and familiar. Perhaps the galaxy dreams the same way. Each orbit, each cycle of stars and dust is a journey back to its own beginning. Creation is not expansion, but remembrance. Every particle that drifts returns eventually to the place from which it came. The Milky Way's motion is not outward, it is inward, spiraling toward peace. Somewhere in the center, a supermassive black hole hums softly. It does not devour in rage, but in rhythm, like the heart of a sleeping god. Around it, stars and gas swirl in perfect harmony, never colliding, always curving. Their orbits create a slow, eternal waltz, the pulse of the galaxy's dream. From afar, it looks like stillness. Up close, it is the most exquisite dance. And as you listen, you realize that this is the same dance you've always known. The same rise and fall as you're breathing. The same expansion and release as your heartbeat. The same flow that carries your thoughts into dreams. Everything is moving in the same rhythm, from the ocean in your chest to the ocean of stars beyond your sight. You are the tide. You are the moonlight upon it. You are the calm beneath it all. And the galaxy, turning slowly, holds you in its current, a small, bright wave in an infinite sea. It's okay to drift. You are safe here. The oceans hold you. The Milky Way breathes with you. And somewhere, light continues to travel. There is a silence that glows, the kind that arrives not from the absence of sound, but from the fullness of understanding. It begins where the spiral memory loosens and the dreams of stone fall back into dust. Here, the Milky Way exhales a single luminous breath that cascades down through the layers of cosmic time. The stars no longer burn for distance, they burn for return. Each one a pulse of memory, descending toward the plane of gravity, toward the ancient cradle of light, where the galaxy once began to dream of itself. You can almost feel it, the slow drift of radiance through dark rivers, the way light bends, not to escape, but to remember. If you listen closely, you'll hear it, the whisper of photons touching the veil of matter, surrendering their journey, not in defeat, but in peace. It is not the fall of brightness into night, it is night learning how to shine. Beneath the spiral, arm's dust thickens like the breath of old suns. Molecular clouds fold into themselves, cold and silent, the wombs of future galaxies resting in invisible grace. Every grain of cosmic dust carries within it a spark of descent, a reminder that light is never lost, only softened. This descent is not a collapse. It is an act of devotion. Gravity, that ancient sculptor calls light downward, not to imprison it, but to return it home, to weave it back into the fabric of creation. Even the black holes, those profound wells of silence, hum softly with the resonance of return. Their darkness is not absence. It is concentration, the gathering of all that has been scattered. Somewhere near the galactic core, time slows to the pace of breath. Here, the orbits tighten, the dust glows faintly, and the stars seem to lean inward as if drawn by a shared longing. It is the galaxy folding into its own reflection, the luminous descent of everything that ever wished to be still. The Milky Way moves as one vast current, a river of light descending through invisible tides. Our sun drifts within that current, quietly pulled along its own light, trembling on the edges of gravity's song. We ride that descent every moment, though we seldom notice it. Every breath we take, every heartbeat, mirrors that same inward motion, that same soft surrender to the gravity of being. Some ancient cultures believed that the souls of the departed became stars falling into the sky to rest among the constellations. But perhaps it is the other way around. Perhaps the stars themselves descend, slipping into dreams, becoming us, breathing again through our lungs, feeling through our hands. Perhaps this is what it means to fall asleep beneath the galaxy, to remember that the light within you is not separate from the one above. Look up and you see billions of suns. Close your eyes and you see the same. Both are reflections, one external, one inward, of the same descent of light into awareness. The air between worlds is not empty. It is filled with the echo of this falling glow. Particles of light drift across eons, their paths curved by time, their stories carried like pollen across the universe. Some settle upon the dust of new planets, waiting billions of years before touching the skin of a living creature. When they do, they remember their journey, and so do we. There's a tender melancholy in this descent, a sweetness only found in surrender. You can sense it when you watch twilight fading across the horizon, when day collapses softly into the arms of night. The Earth too participates in this luminous descent. Every sunset is the echo of a galactic motion light folding back into shadow stars, bending closer to their origin. Even our thoughts follow the same rhythm. They rise like sparks and fall like dust, luminous one moment, silent the next. Awareness itself moves in waves of ascent and descent, mirroring the galaxy's own breathing. We live within that pulse, tiny, fragile, yet inseparable from the motion of 100 billion stars. To fall is not to fail. It is to trust gravity, to trust that there is meaning in the downward motion. In the galactic night, this motion never stops. Every spiral arm, every drifting nebula, every cloud of hydrogen and carbon participates in it. Light descends, forms, stars, burns, then falls again into dust. The cycle continues, a cosmic respiration. Inhale, exhale, creation, dissolution, each phase necessary, each descent luminous. There is a region at the edge of the Milky Way where stars thin out and the interstellar medium stretches into near emptiness. Here light takes its time. It glides without urgency, a silent descent into the outer dark. From afar, this region looks like stillness, but within it, Millions of tiny particles continue their slow dance, cold atoms, dreaming of warmth. This too is part of the luminous descent, not just the fall of light, but the patience of waiting. Every point of stillness holds potential, the promise that one day the galaxy will breathe in, again, pulling these atoms back toward the center. Even silence has orbit. And when the universe expands beyond measure, when galaxies drift too far apart for their light to ever meet again, this descent remains. It becomes memory, then vibration, then the soft hum of the cosmic background, the afterglow of all that ever was descending eternally into everything that will be. You can almost hear it now, the low frequency of time itself. It doesn't sound like music. It sounds like distance being forgiven. Somewhere within that hum, the human heart finds its rhythm. We are built to echo the motions of the galaxy, to rise in brightness and to fall in grace. When you close your eyes at night, you join that descent. The neurons in your brain shimmer like nebulae, their signals slowing, softening, spiraling inward toward stillness. You become the Milky Way in miniature, a field of light, learning how to rest. Sleep, then, is not an escape from the cosmos. It is a homecoming. It is your personal, luminous descent from waking into dreaming, from mind into silence, from separation into unity. The same pattern that governs galaxies governs your breath. Inhale, expansion. Exhale, return. As your body grows heavy, imagine yourself floating downward through the spiral arms of the galaxy. Stars drift past like lanterns underwater, their light bending in slow motion. You are surrounded by color, by warmth, by the faint vibration of unseen strings. Every note that once radiated outward now gathers around you, holding you gently in the center of the descent. You do not fall. You dissolve into light, into sound, into memory. And in that surrender, you realize something that the galaxy has always known. To descend is to illuminate from within. To return is to be reborn. Each atom of your being once belonged to a star that fell burned and fell again. Every heartbeat is gravity, reminding you that you are still part of the cosmic current. When the Milky Way finally slows, when its spiral arms blur into the dark horizon of time, its light will not vanish. It will sink into the invisible, glowing quietly beneath the surface of space. The luminous descent will continue long after vision ends, because even in darkness, there is radiance waiting to be felt. Even in silence, there is the sound of return. So as you drift now, as your breath deepens and your thoughts dissolve into starlight, remember this: you are falling not away from the world, but into it. You are not losing your light. You are learning how to let it rest. Let go. Let the descent carry you. Let the galaxy dream through you one last time before sleep. At the edge of sleep, the Milky Way exhales. All that has fallen, light dust memory breath, drifts into balance. The descent softens into stillness. And in that stillness, the galaxy begins again. Every orbit loosens. Every sound fades into a single note, low, eternal kind. You are there, suspended between silence and shimmer, between the inhale of creation and the exhale of return. Gravity hums beneath you, gentle as a pulse. Time folds not as an ending, but as a resting place. The stars once scattered glow faintly inside your chest. Their ancient warmth becomes your breath, slow, deep, luminous. You are not apart from the Milky Way. You are its quiet thought, its final sigh before dawn. And as the darkness closes like a velvet curtain, the galaxy whispers, one truth: nothing is ever lost. Light only changes shape. Sleep then, and let the universe breathe through you until the next awakening of stars.